What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Momentum with Markel. I'm your host, Markel Tolliver, and today I'm so excited to have a special panel with me. 3 young black men who are leaders, entrepreneurs, and impactful civilians throughout our city. First, we have Nasir Johnson, the CEO and founder of Reckless Rockstar. Next, we have Corey Phillips, founder and CEO of Social Storm LLC. And lastly, we have Jahkil Johnson, founder of Project I Am and CEO of the Naeem Group. Thank you, brothers, for joining me today. Looking forward to our conversation and starting your business, growing your business, and then scaling your business and actually what's next for your businesses. So let's start off with a little bit about your business. Tell me, again, the business name, and then a little bit about what you guys do and the communities that you serve. We'll start with you, Nas.
Okay, so the name of my business is Reckless Rockstar. That's why now I go by the name Double R. That's like my social media, that's the campaign I'm pushing. In the community we serve, I feel like fashion isn't looked at as a way out in Chicago, and I'm looking to put on for the fashion scene and for everything overall. I grew up playing sports, so I'm locked in from sports to fashion to pushing people to show that there's more avenues than what's in class. I mean, what's you get taught in school and throughout school. I went to 2 colleges. I graduated from Tennessee State, but I transferred from Hampton. So like traveling, expanding my network and meeting people from different cities really was like, man, like it's so much to do. You know what I'm saying? And coming from Morgan Park High School, my friends don't see that. So now I could come home and build something here. Like I feel like everybody leave. Like I came back to build. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what Reckless Rockstar like all about. Family pushing it for real.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Nas.
Thanks.
Corey?
Yeah, so Social Storm is a media platform where we educate teens and young adults about investing in financial literacy for economic development. A little bit about myself, I started investing when I was 16 years old when I was working at Walmart, and I usually see they teach this information in a way that most young people can't understand. So with me being young, knowing this information, I could be able to change our communities by being able to educate them, relate to them, as well as make it engaging and fun so we can continue to rebuild our communities and also share this information to others.
Absolutely.
I'm Jahkil. I started the organization Project I Am when I was 8 years old to build awareness of homelessness and provide blessing bags for those in need. They're full of toiletry items like soap, tissue, socks, things that can kind of help them on a daily basis. And the organization kind of just turned into something that I would never imagine. It turned into me being able to work with lots of people at a young age, having certain opportunities that I wasn't even thinking at that age. But now at 17, I've been able to impact the lives of over 250,000 people all across the world now. Being able to give bags to orphans in Africa, volcano victims, hurricane survivors, things like that, and also be able to influence the youth throughout the process.
Absolutely. Again, thank all of you all for joining. A common theme that I saw amongst all of you guys as you guys just introduced yourselves was being from the community and then actually giving back to that community, which brings us to, I'll start with you, Jahkil, kind of what inspired you to start your business, and then specifically tell me the age that you were when you started that business.
Yeah, what inspired me to actually start the business, it started at 5 years old. I went to go feed the homeless with my aunt and my cousins for the first time, and at that age, I thought everybody had homes. I didn't have any knowledge of homeless people, so I went home and I asked my parents if we can give them all houses. Obviously, that's just like my 5-year-old mind thinking of whatever we can do, but I kept begging them, and eventually that showed them how much of a passion I have for the issue and how much I really want to do something. So we talked about the different things that we have on a daily basis that they don't have, and we thought about blessing bags. And I was kind of debating between doing food or toiletry items, and I chose toiletry items because it lasts a little bit longer. And I thought that I wanted to be a little bit different than the other organizations I saw at that age. So that's kind of how we started.
Absolutely. And you were 8 years old?
8 years old when I actually started. Yeah.
Wow. And you're how old now?
17.
Wow.
So we just hit 9 years in February.
Congratulations.
Thank
9 years of giving back and serving the community. Definitely proud of you. Corey?
Yeah, so for me, a little bit about my background, I started investing, of course, when I was 16 years old when I was in high school during COVID. Started me working at Walmart because I see a lot of things, you be living paycheck to paycheck, or you can't really make your money last beyond the summer just by saving it. So with me seeing a lot of content online, I was like, I can pick up some books, start reading, start looking at YouTube videos, and start teaching myself how to do it. And actually had my mom open my account for me since I was under 18. So I started doing that, and I started doing really, really well in the market. So once I got to college, I was like, if I don't see anyone else my age doing it, so I can start doing it myself. So in 2023, I started Social Storm just by posting content online. And since then, in 2024, we work with over 1,000 young people in the city of Chicago.
Wow.
With over 21 different events, working with organizations like Chicago Department of Public Health, Rainbow Push, Chance Mill Mentoring, different organizations like that. And then now we're able to just curate events for young entrepreneurs amongst all different avenues, from financial literacy, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, and many others, which we're expanding in different areas. So for me, that's just being able to just start at a young age and just be able to help other people economically, because just by starting at this youth, to be able to help your money compound exponentially and become millionaires and build generational wealth. So.
Absolutely. And when you say you opened that account, is that a bank account? Is that a savings account? What account was that?
So I had my mom open up a custodial account as a Roth IRA. So that's an individual retirement account that people could typically open up $7,500 a year. Wow. And then when they put that money in, you pay taxes, but when you take that money out, it's tax-free at 59.5. So with people that's literally under the age of 20, they put $300 a month into it. If they had 9%, which is the S&P 500 average, they would have $1.3 million by the time they're 60. So
wow.
Just by starting earlier, it's important that they can literally just do it without having that much money. So imagine if we get started when we first born,
Absolutely.
or when we were teenagers.
Absolutely.
That those $50 a month, $100 a month can go exponentially.
Absolutely. Instead of the Nike tech, we can put that into the account.
50 ain't nothing. 50 to $1 million, come on.
So Nas, talk to us about how you got your inspiration to start Reckless Rockstar.
Okay. So look, truthfully, so when I first graduated, went to college, went to Hampton, I played sports in high school. I was a football player. But I didn't want to play no more. Like, I kind of lost the love. So my years at Hampton, I had a lot of free time. But you know, when you first get to college, you got a lot of free time. You're gonna spend it recklessly, recklessly. But yeah, so that ended up leading me into some trouble. I come back home. I'm like, bro, like, what do you want to do? Like, I'm a passionate dude. I'm driven by doing something till I can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? If I wake up every day, I want to do something that, you know, I could achieve things. I could feel something. You know what I'm saying? So I came home during COVID and stuff like that. My sisters, I got 3 little sisters, you know what I'm saying? And they always think the best of me. So I'm like, bro, I gotta do something. I dropped my brand at 21, right? Go back to school, now I'm doing school in my brand. I can't really do my brand though, but I'm working, doing school, all that at the same time because I moved to Tennessee. So now I'm hustling, but like, I'm used to hustling, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to working out, being an athlete, you gotta condition your brain, your body to hustle. So I'm grinding it out. I drop a shirt, it go crazy. I'm like, okay. Like, that was God telling me, like, oh, do it. Like, all right. So now, come back to Chicago, I'm knee deep. I'm locked in. Like, I'm on everybody, not even just the brand. This is just the first step. This is the platform. I got other people that got other skills that I want to bring up with me, you know what I'm saying? So I started it at 21, and I'm 5 now. 4 years. But like you said, like, he started off 10 years. He's 10 years in.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you start a business, they say the first 3 you're supposed to fail.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So 10 years in, come on now.
Yep.
How many years you said you in?
About 2.5.
2.5? Yeah. And you saying you investing to make so much, you know what I'm saying? It's all about time, repetition, and doing it. Like, even with playing sports, it's just like an athlete. You got to train.
Right.
Million shots, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
A million days doing the same thing, you're going to be good.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my inspiration was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what.
Corey, when you started, what were some of the biggest obstacles that you faced when starting your business? And then how did you overcome those?
So for me, I feel like the biggest obstacles when starting a business, especially for most people, is just restructuring how they think about money and how they think about wealth. Most people want to transfer their time for money, but they don't actually do things to make their money work for them. People think that just because they're going to save their money that they're going to actually build wealth, but they're actually depreciating over time because of inflation and the rising cost of living. So you have to kind of put that into a mindset where instead of me making $15 an hour, I can produce something that can help me bring value, determining I could be able to make $10,000 and just by selling a clothing brand, or being able to speak at an event, or being able to have money compound over time, just in your sleep as far as investing. That instead of owning a Nike tech, I can own Nike stock.
Right.
Instead of being a consumer of this culture that we typically see, you can be someone that's an owner. About getting into real estate, starting a business, being able to create generational wealth, which we need to have that type of conversation.
Absolutely. Jahkil?
I would say the biggest obstacle when I was first starting off, I would say probably youth. It's a gift and a curse, especially me being so young. Luckily, growing up, I had a lot of it was, some blessings that came along with it, but then again, you'll also get some setbacks, not from adults, surprisingly, though. With my journey, it was from my peers. A lot of times, I'm in-person school. I wasn't homeschooled. I always wanted to be homeschooled growing up, of course, with everything I got going on. But since I went to in-person school, like, everybody knew what I was doing. Everybody knew my business. And it was hard it was definitely hard in middle school to kind of separate the two. And my peers, the friends that I made, I had to, kind of reevaluate some of them through COVID. But that was definitely a good time for me where I was able to reflect and look back. But I would say growing up, it was my peers that were the setbacks starting off with the organization.
Wow. And what school did you go to?
I went to Ray Elementary.
Ray Elementary.
Yeah.
Wow. Peers.
Yeah.
Let's touch on that a little bit
Sure.
before you answer that, Nas.
Sure.
Even to you guys, have peers been an obstacle, a roadblock in your journey, in your wealth building journey, in your entrepreneur journey? Has friends, has peers, even cousins, brothers, sisters, have people around your age been an obstacle or been a hard block for you?
I feel like for sure, like it's not gonna stop though. You gotta understand. First off, like starting my business, your first day doing the business, everybody gonna hype you up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be like, congrats. You know what I'm saying? But the long nights, the days where you need somebody to talk to, the days that you want to show them something, people not gonna be there, but they want to be there for the success. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta realize, me moving out of state, I couldn't depend on my peers. So I'm going to Atlanta to do pop-up shops to sell my clothes. And I'm getting love from people I didn't even know. Like, they coming up, this you, where you from? Like, at home, it's not like that.
Yeah.
They not about to compliment me. They not about to tell me, like, bro, keep going, you know what I'm saying? And it opened my eye, though. It was like, okay, if I'm getting love from here, I could come home and try to push as hard to build something to, because I see it's possible. It's possible. Like, the amount of black businesses in Atlanta, like, you go to Atlanta, you go to a black restaurant, you go get black clothes, you go to a black podcast, you go to a black warehouse, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody is working, everybody is pushing each other. At home, I feel like my peers don't support like I get support everywhere else. They don't push, they don't share, like, comment. I don't even ask people to do that because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I genuinely, if I like you, if you my people, if I want you to be good, I'm gonna like, share, post, do this, do whatever.
Right.
Come show up. Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Be
Absolutely.
on time, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
And you guys touched on a question that's kind of down the line, but definitely want to touch on it now. How has being from Chicago, being black, and being young all shaped your approach to your business? That's a loaded question, 3 parts, but let's take that in bits and pieces. How has being from Chicago, being a South Sider, West Sider, or just, again, Chicago native, being young, again, all of you guys are under 25, and then being black and a man, how has that shaped or shifted your approach to your business and to business as a whole? Anybody can start?
So, for me, I feel like being as a young black male in the area is just be able to understand who I really am and what my true value is to society. Knowing that certain situations we have to be able to be exceptional, if not 2 times better than other people to get similar opportunities. But being able to take advantage, open doors for ourselves, because oftentimes young people might just shut down and go down a certain route. Like, for example, I'm actually an athlete. I'm still an athlete. When I started investing, I was an all-area football player, got recruited to play football. And I played college football for a national championship
what
team.
school?
North Central College, Division III. I had 3 Division II offers come out of high school, but I went to North Central because they were close to the city, and I could build relationships, and then win a national championship. But for me, I feel like it's just me understanding that everything I do from athletics is just a vehicle for me to get to my next place where I want to be. So I can go and network and land an internship, where I can go and understand that just being able to network and basically advocate for myself. So many people just are living in everyone else's life through social media and the way of media in general, that nobody wants to take themselves to that next level and be that person that they see online, whether that's Kai Cenat. Be your own Kai Cenat within your life. So for me, it's just being able to just have that self-belief in yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Definitely a good point. Everybody want to be these social media influencers, but we have people like you three that are doing the work, that are social media influencers in the city of Chicago that's doing the work. Jahkil?
I would say using my youth and being a young black man from the south side of Chicago, I think I've used that to my advantage kind of with my business, because I'm able to relate with a lot of my peers. Like I said, it's win or lose with your peers. Like if you can get to that one person, then you won. That's what matters. Like you don't have to get the whole group of people, but if I can reach that one kid and inspire them to go out and do something great or follow their passions, then that's what matters. So me being able to relate with other young people, I think has been key. Me still being young and being able to go to schools and talk to them about social entrepreneurship, but then be able to play one-on-one against them afterwards, or be able to crack jokes that only we can understand. Like that's the type of stuff that young people need. You know, not saying that older people can't, come and create impact, but I would say I've been able to use it to my advantage. I will also say that I want to show a different side of young black people from the city of Chicago. Media pushes a lot of negativity and lazy, negative, uninspired, but throughout this journey, I've been trying to push a different narrative.
Absolutely. Jahkil.
Sure. You said a lot of good stuff.
Absolutely.
Nah, for real. But I feel like, can you ask me a question again?
How has been from Chicago, being young and then being black, kind of affected your business or shifted your business?
I feel like, and this is probably one of your questions, me personally, growing up, I never had no mentor. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like other cities, other people I've met, they didn't have people, whether it be their family or it just be somebody that's close to the friends that they didn't had their whole life, that they kind of know them. They kind of could tell you, all right, you tripping, or all right, do this, or this how you could get this. Me, being from Chicago, I feel like more gritty. I got to learn every single skill. I got to know. All right, I got Photoshop. I need to do Photoshop to make myself look better. I got to learn a little bit of Photoshop. I bought a camera. I got to take pictures. I can't have people, you want to get people, they get lazy. You got to do everything. Being from Chicago, you got to grind. You got to get gritty. These people ain't going to show you love off rip. So if you, all right, first drop, nobody liking, nobody buying stuff, all right, I'm done. Why? Like me, I can't be like, I hung it up. No, y'all about to see that I'm talented, because I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From Chicago, you gritty, you got to grind. It's a city, man.
So each of you have said, though, that somebody or a peer or a cousin or whatever has kind of given you the roadblock or the negative connotation. How have you overcome that? How have you overcome a friend, a classmate, a cousin, a brother, whoever, your age, similar age range, telling you or not giving you that same support? How have you overcome that to still do what you're doing today?
I could go. I kick it off. I just feel like we all gotta have a little ego. You gotta have confidence. You gotta know that you him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the point of it. Like, if you're gonna let somebody tell you bad at basketball, okay, play me one-on-one.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, show me I'm bad. Like, okay, when it comes to clothes, if I know, okay, in high school, I didn't have money to get designer. So I was putting a little stuff together, and I still was like, boy, I look better than you. Like, I'm fresher than you. Stop saying. Now I make my own clothes, though, because I understood, like, okay, I like designer. I see a shirt could get charged for $200. Okay, if I do this, okay. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I see the windows and the openings and the lanes in the fashion industry, and proving everybody wrong and proving yourself right at the end of the day, you gotta have that dog. So that's what I do when I get conflicted with backlash from family or anybody.
Absolutely. Corey?
Yeah, for me, I'd say they didn't really understand who I am and where I really am going, because I'm someone who wanted to be able to change the narrative. You're trying to do whatever is cool for everyone else, like whether that's be within a cool group or whatever. But for me, I understood my vision was better. In order of where I wanted to be, I had to surround myself around people who are 10 times ahead of me, so I can be able to do the things that everyone else doesn't want to do at my age and take advantage of those opportunities. Just kind of redefining who I am as a person and just continuing to put that work in, because I said, if I can apply the same work ethic for football and track and field, imagine if I put this into a business. I can change the whole entire economic landscape of our communities just by putting my mindset towards something else. And that's something that we just kind of create a new ecosystem of how we can work together and create a new generation of leaders. So that's something that my purpose and my vision was so far that regardless of what came to me, that's what kept me going.
Appreciate that. Jahkil?
I'm young, like I'm in it.
Sure.
Like I'm in high school. I just graduated a few weeks
10
ago.
years in.
Congratulations, Jahkil.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Congrats.
you 10 years in though, man.
Yeah.
You 10 years in.
Yeah, but like I'm young. I'm still in high school. Still dealing with. I'm fresh in the social media era. All like
sure.
it definitely can affect you. And I would say that it's unfortunate that not every young person can have a role model or a mentor to go and talk to. But I definitely had my village, and my parents did a great job at helping me through that rough time. Actually, in 6th and 7th grade, it was like a prime example of like my peers and all the hatred and stuff I would get. And it was a rough time for me. And then COVID hit right in 7th grade. So it kind of hit like right on time, not wishing COVID, but I was able to, like I said, reflect and think about some things that were going on. And they helped me with like affirmations. That's something I started doing, telling myself like I'm him, that type of stuff, like
nah, for sure.
in the mirror. And then
Gotcha.
I was able to put that into my first book, which actually became a bestseller, called I Am. And it's a children's book to help other young people get through that tough time and help them build self-esteem. And it's probably one of my biggest accomplishments because I've been able to help so many young people with it.
Wow.
But I would say just having the village definitely helped me, but it's definitely a struggle when you don't have, mentors or people to talk to.
Absolutely. And that's kind of one reason this panel was definitely dear and near to my heart, having people, young black men like you guys that are actually younger than me, actually doing the work, actually wanting to elevate and show younger people, like these are young black men, South and West Siders from Chicago that are doing it, that are going through the struggles, that are going through the ups and downs, to still have an impact, as you said, Jahkil. And with that, we'll start with you, Nas. Who were some influential mentors, if you had some? And if you didn't, how did you go about getting through that time without a mentor?
Okay. I mean, early in my life, my dad for sure. I mean, like, he's not going or anything, but my dad for sure, because that's the male figure in my crib. So I'm picking up on the things he doing, the things he enjoy. Like, as far as like music, he used to have, crazy CDs, like decks. Like, you would think he's a DJ or something. Like, he had a lot of music, and with music come fashion, come trend, come culture. So once I was started to pick up on that, and I picked up on it differently. I'm playing football, but I also want to be fresh on the field. So I'm looking at the players that's like athletes, and they got something outside of just playing sports.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, boom, me picking up on his tendencies, then I started to look up to people from Chicago. So like Kanye.
Right.
Kanye is not just music.
Right.
It's not just the personality. It's not just clothes. Like, he's in every avenue. Like, even though it's a lot that come with him, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot that come with him. But the work ethic and the never say die, the grind and grit is there.
Absolutely.
He does. He's very passionate about what he do. And that's what I relate to. Like, I'm passionate. Whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it the best. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And, like, once you continue to grow and continue to get better, it's just like the gym. You want to look bigger, you're looking good.
Yeah.
So you got to keep going. Like, keep going.
These athletes, man.
Jahkil,
Jahkil, any mentors or any teachers, anybody that were in your circle that really helped and push your journey and your trajectory?
Yeah, I got to give all that credit to my parents.
Absolutely.
They did an amazing job making sure that I was in the right places, keeping me out of certain places, which is definitely hard. Now, me being older, me realizing like the stuff that comes with raising a kid, like I know it was definitely difficult, but I'll give it to them. And my grandma, my Gigi, she did an amazing job helping with the organization and just me becoming the person that I am today. So I got to give the credit to my village and the people who made me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Corey?
Yeah, I definitely say it's my parents. They gave me exposure and they helped and push me to become the person I am today. Of course, I'm a triplet, so I have two brothers the same age as me.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, being able to raise us three and give us the opportunity to just be together and help push each other off our strengths. And also myself, I have hearing loss in both ears. So they're able to help me be able to get the help I needed so I can be able to have exposure. And now, me being able to speak in different areas, just from where I came from, they gave me a platform so I can excel regardless of what my coaches thought or what people thought of me.
Absolutely. Are your two brothers entrepreneurs as well?
Yeah, so one of them, he is a videographer, photographer. He's Vision Films.
Oh, wow.
He shoots videos at different colleges, universities.
That's dope.
He's from Southern University in Baton Rouge. He went to HBCU,
Yep.
shot at LSU, and then shot at Georgia Tech for a couple of meets. And my other brother, he's a sociology major. He did a foreign exchange last semester in Spain, so he's kind of diverse in that language. So exposing different cultures in different areas.
Absolutely. As we're talking about being young, this next question is kind of to that point. Have you ever felt, or do you ever feel now, that you're being left out? That you're not experiencing the young Chicago young life, or not even just Chicago, but you're not being that young person that your parents, that your family, that your peers expect you to be because we're so young? Have you experienced that? And if you have, how have you overcome that?
I would say I'm going through it right now. Actually, just seeing what's going on in Chicago and seeing me being just graduating and all the trends and stuff that's going on. Like, I've never been a party person. Like, I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people. I don't like going up to people, but I had to learn how to, get out of my comfort zone and talk to people in certain rooms. But when it comes to my peers, like, I hate interaction. I hate parties. I hate functions. I hate all that. But, like, it's something that I definitely see, and it's something that I'm glad that I don't go participate and go to, and I'm able to have my version of fun. Right. Everybody's different. Like me just not being a party person, I understand that my idea of fun is not the same as everybody else's. I can sit in the house, watch TV, Netflix, play the game all day, and that would be my idea of a fun day. So it's definitely different from me growing up.
Absolutely. Even to your point, I've been doing some following of you, Jahkil, and of Nas and Corey. But your fun is mean President Obama. Their fun is mean rappers and mean basketball players. But Jahkil has met the president, the first black president. That's fun to him. So to your point, many of us have different type of fun as young people and as Chicagoans and black men. Nas?
I feel like you do miss out. If you're gonna work and if you're gonna put in hard work, it come with missing out. But also, I'm a little older than them. You could see it from the standpoint of like how long you gonna do something for. Like how long you gonna party? You gonna party every day? When you gonna get tired? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain stuff that I enjoy, like clothes. Like he said, I stay in the house. I put on the fit, stay in the house, get on the game. I wear this to play the game. Like, I don't really care about being outside either. But to this day and age, to build my personality, to show people that I could connect to my brand. Like, it's not just a brand. Nowadays, you got to have a face to the brand. You know what I'm saying? I have to go out. I have to interact with people. I got to, to a certain extent, engage with the people and enjoy what they want to enjoy, because it's the culture at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We can't detach from it. You want them to love you, you got to show face a little bit and then do what you want to do. But it's going to come with missing out if you're working hard. Everybody can't do business. It's 24/7. every day. Somebody could text me, my order didn't come. Got to figure it out.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Corey?
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like it's never been just me trying to fit in. In order to be someone that you're not, you have to do things you've never done before. So, like me, if people talk about fighting over a block, I'm talking about owning a block. Every time I go downtown,
That's deep. That's deep.
every time I go downtown, I tell myself I'm going to own one of these buildings. So, in order for me to get there, I have to hold myself to a different trajectory in order to get there. From me being in these different rooms, being focused 24/7, of course, still having fun, but understanding my type of fun is having ownership, being able to have the freedom to do what I want to do, and surrounding myself with people that align with my vision and my purpose so I can get there and also help other people in the process. Because, of course, entrepreneurship is not just about me, but it's about the people that I impact. As us being youth in Chicago, we have a role to play to help bring somebody else up. And if we're not really doing that in entrepreneurship, you're just chasing money, then you're not really helping people. You're not going to build long-lasting, sustainable in business. So with me, it's all about service and what I do. And whatever I'm doing, it has to be intentional. So that's what I'll pretty much say.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. And as we're talking about being young and missing out, how do you guys balance all of this? Balance being young, having your family, girlfriend, social life, school, work. How do you balance all of that?
It come with every day just being engaged. You have to be engaged, like locked in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I call it. I'm locked in. You got to be calculated too. Like you got to be calculated. If you got to schedule me, I'm a routine guy. No matter what, I probably do the same stuff every day until it's like, okay, I've been building up for this event. I've been building up for this drop. I've been building up. So I go to work, come home from work, go to the gym, come back. All right, now it's time for gaming. Rinse and repeat. Sunday, I'm going to church. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like Saturday and Friday, okay, now it's time to pop out, show face, push the brand. But as far as like not mishandling stuff, you gotta be locked in, knowing what you're doing, and you can't let nothing else pull you away. Like the girls, like you mentioned, girlfriend, they could pull you away. A bad job could pull you away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just staying locked in and focused for real.
Absolutely.
For me, I'd say it's just having a certain amount of structure in my life, being able to time block different things in different areas, knowing that I have to read a certain amount of a day, I have to listen to a podcast a certain amount of time, spend time for my personal health, and to spend time with my relationships. So for me, it's just understanding, controlling what I can control. You can't control the economy, you can't control the president, you can't control what's going to happen on your block, but you can control your attitude and how you treat other people. So with me controlling those things, the words that come in my mouth and the things that I put into my body, that's something that I can control, and how that helps me elevate to a higher level of just being consistent. Everyone wants to do something great one time, but it doesn't matter if you don't have that foundation, you don't have that consistency, and you don't have that personal growth, because as an entrepreneur, you grow as big as yourself. So if you're not growing, you're not elevating, and you're not being consistent, you're not going to grow something sustainable.
For sure.
Yeah, me as a 17-year-old, time management is nowhere near perfected. I would say that. I'm an athlete. I played basketball my whole life. I tap dance, break dance, act, model.
Wow.
Like it's a lot that goes on in a week, and I would say like I'm not able to manage that all by myself. So definitely with the support of my parents, I've been able to balance it all. But as I get into like their age bracket, I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm going to manage everything. But I'll figure it out. I have the type of, like he said, just being able to grind and figure things out along the way. I'm gonna figure it out. But
Absolutely.
I think that lots of times it comes down to my parents and them being able to manage my schedule.
Absolutely. And definitely tap in to Nas and Corey for advice and help with that as well. As we've talked about our lives and kind of like where we've been, let's focus on your business. How have your business evolved since its inception? Okay. 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, how has it changed? How has it shifted? Even from what you originally thought and planned, like, oh, I'm gonna have this this clothing line, I'm gonna have this nonprofit, I'm gonna have this financial literacy group. How has it shifted from then up until now?
All right, I'll give y'all some background. So clothing, how I do clothing. I started off like, I wanted to get started. I'm not somebody that waits. So I started off screen printing in my house, like, you feel me, making it myself. And I'm like, more orders. I'm not really trying to do this. Like, I pay somebody. So now I started to work with Alibaba, getting manufacturers in China, paying them. They make it, they send it here. But with that, you got to be ahead of schedule. They holidays different than our holidays. They shut down manufacturing for a certain amount of time. So I got to wait. India, it's also China, another time zone. So I'm staying up to 1, 2 a.m. to talk to them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? To understand, start learning, getting things in, learning fabrics, learning sizing, everything. So it's just a daily grind. And you gotta know, like, you gotta study. You gotta be a student of the game. You gotta be a student of the game. So I'm watching fashion shows. I know people might think fashion shows boring. It's just people walking with no music. So I'm sitting there watching fashion shows, understanding things, because even though Reckless Rockstar is a streetwear brand, I feel like, you know, when it's rapping, it's underground. Right now, I'm underground.
Okay.
I want to be Virgil. I want to be Louis Vuitton. I want to be Gucci. I want to be Ralph Lauren. And if you see and you do your research on fashion, they've been around forever.
Forever. Yeah.
So you know how much they charge for whatever bag, whatever shirt. They've been charging that for 100 years. Do your math. Like, that's what I want to be. It's sustainable. It's consistency. You built something. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I end on that, I'm good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Corey?
Yeah, for me, it just started with me shooting videos of my iPhone in my dorm room, just shooting videos, talking about the information I did. But as I progressed, I continued to meet people around my network. And then I'm like, yeah, people know who I am, but how can we create a whole entire ecosystem of Chicago? Because Chicago is the, of course, third biggest city in the United States, but we're still the most segregated.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, with our communities, as far as entrepreneurship and economic development, we recirculate our dollars the least amount. So how can we create an ecosystem where we can continue to grow and put that money back into our community? So seeing other people I connected with, I can just create a platform to help other people promote themselves and share this information to other people in whatever realm that they have. So for me, that just started with me just meeting people at networking events, and then now doing Founders Forum series where we have different entrepreneurs every other month, just putting on the next talent so that we can be able to emphasize on who are the next leaders in Chicago, and this is the information that we need to learn. How we can get into artificial intelligence, how we can get into cryptocurrency, how we can get into financial literacy, get into real estate, start a nonprofit. All of these different things is what's going to help our communities move into that right direction. So we're going to create that platform for that. So that's where I'd say.
Absolutely.
I would say the business just started off with wanting to help people, and that being the main goal. Then it kind of ventured off into me being able to teach other young people how to go in their communities and do the same thing. I became a teacher in actual schools. I started teaching classes during my lunch period, actually. I think last year, I think, is when I taught my first class during my lunch period, and I did some classes this year as well. So that goes into that time management thing, but it's definitely hard, and I was blessed to be able to stay on top of my grades while doing this. But I would say that the teaching, and then I was also able to do like leadership workshops, be able to travel and become a public speaker as well. That's kind of been another thing with the organization. Also being a 2-time best-selling author, having a pillow line with Crate and Barrel. Younger people, when I tell that to young people, they don't understand. I didn't either. I didn't know what Crate and Barrel was, but it's a furniture store basically, and I was able to have my pillow in their stores. Wow. And that just goes into having multiple streams of income, which is something I've learned growing up and something I preach to other young people. I want to own my own NBA team as well as play professionally. So if I'm going to reach that goal, I have to have multiple streams of income and be able to, build my wealth and teach others how to build, like you said, generational wealth.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jahkil, you talked a lot about giving back to the younger generation. And that's actually our next question. What advice would you give to young people in Chicago who want to start their own business? We'll start with you.
So I would say to a young person that already wants to start their own business, that's great. You've already gotten past the first step. A lot of young people don't even get that far. So the fact that you even want to do something impactful is a big thing and want to follow your passion. I would say now that you don't have to start off like huge. Like, you don't have to start off with a big organization. You can start off doing volunteer work, seeing what you don't like in that volunteer work that you would do differently in your organization. And if it's something with your passion, make sure that you're doing something that you enjoy doing. Like you enjoy fashion. Like these are some things that you guys are passionate about and can see yourself doing for the rest of your life. Like never do something that you feel like is going to be torture. That tears down your mental health as well, and that's just as important as your goals. So I would say that just find something that you're really passionate and doubling down on it and sticking to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, I'd say for a young person getting into business or entrepreneurship is to be able to have that purpose that you have in your life, like I mentioned. If you don't have a purpose, like something that keeps you going each and every day, then you're not going to be successful as an entrepreneur, because when things go bad or things don't go as planned, you have to go off for that definitive purpose that's going to help you get there. And then having that network, because everyone says your net worth is your net worth. So having those people around you, sometimes it's not about what you know, it's about who you know that can give you opportunities to move up in life, of course. And then being able to, of course, just do something. You don't have to be the original person to do it. My mentor says it's okay to copy someone if you copy the right cat. So understand something that you see, add your own spin to it, and of course be able to just provide value to people over time. The more value you provide to people, the more money you'll get. So if you're just not providing any value to anyone, you're not going to make as much money. But sales is service, and service is sales. So you be able to have exceptional service in what you do, provide value, and then you'll grow exponentially over time.
Absolutely.
Okay. What I'm tell you? Okay, what the camera right here? Look, y'all. Don't quit. You gotta rep. You gotta go. Like, don't quit. You gotta push through. It's gonna be bad days. It's gonna be good days. There's no consistency in life. It's waves. You just gotta go with it. If it feel like it's not doing good, check again in a month or 2 or 3. Like, give it a chance to do good. Cause I promise you, you're gonna start off with 1 or 2 fans, and then you're gonna look up. Like, look, I'm about to show you something crazy. Jahkil, you helped my church. I went to Progressive. Yeah. See? Like, you don't know how far you reach.
Absolutely.
Like, it's been people that DM me like, bro, I got your shirt. Like, it's so amazing. Like, how Lil Baby got it. I sent it to his cameraman. I did a pop-up shop that weekend in Atlanta. It was a back school event. A little kid took a picture like, Lil Baby in here with your shirt on.
Wow.
He didn't even know it was my brand though.
Wow.
But still, just the fact that he just woke up. Oh, dang, let me wear this.
Yeah.
That's more than enough for me.
And to know that that's a Chicago kid.
You know what I'm saying? Right, that's what I'm saying. That's more than enough for me. So I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Every day I can't. And
Absolutely.
then even with the good and the bad, like right now, our president doing tariffs, so now I got to deal with manufacturers overseas. I'm not going to stop, though.
Right.
I'm not going to stop.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, just keep going. Like, don't quit. For real.
Absolutely. Appreciate that, y'all. This next question, kind of a little bit more advice. What's your call to action to politicians? If the mayor was watching this, if the governor, if the city treasurer, if Cook County treasurer, if the president is watching this, what's your call to action? If state reps were watching this, what's your call to action to them? For your business, for young black men in business, what's your call to action? Start with you, Corey.
For me, my call to action from an economic standpoint is the biggest reason that we aren't successful as a black community is for businesses because we have a lack of capital. Less than 2% of us get access to venture capital funds. And it's not necessarily because we do less work or we're not as good as other people. It's because we don't get the same type of opportunities. Everyone else gets capital in these other communities, but we're not able to get that and leverage that and grow and scale sustainable businesses. So creating an ecosystem, of course, we get more access to capital, but also create an ecosystem where we can help rebuild our communities economically within different systems, where we decrease redlining, increase home ownership, so we can continue to help and build wealth within our communities.
Absolutely. Nas?
Okay. Politicians, city of Chicago, I'm going to tell y'all, engage. Like, engage. Make Chicago where people want to be. That's the thing. I feel like we lose so much talent. Like, they talking about moving to Chicago Bears Stadium. Like, y'all taking the soul out the city. Like, there's nothing to do in the city. I'm telling y'all, people go out of town more than they want to stay at home. I understand that we get a bad rep, it's dangerous, this, that, and third. But if there were things to do, people would do them. people are bored. There's no, like I said, there's no culture. The city feels dry. Like, engage, push the youth, give us a chance. Cause I feel like even the people that's looking down like that's in positions, they worry about themselves. They selfish. You know what I'm saying? Engage with the youth, push the youth, and keep it going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Push the youth. I mean, we're the future leaders, So my main thing has always been we need seats at those tables. If not seats at the tables, at least put us in those rooms so that we can understand, what goes into it, and so we can be better off in the future. We got to start now. My motto is don't wait to be great, and a part of that is also, other people, adults, not letting you wait to be great. They got to actually give you a chance, like you said.
Right.
So
Right.
I would say, homeless people are people too, as well. Helping everybody is essential, and but again, just pushing the youth and making sure that we're given the same opportunities, especially to young black people from the city of Chicago. I think that's important, and I try to do as much as I can, giving other young people as much knowledge as I have, but there's only so much,
Right.
And I can only give so many young people like a certain opportunity. So, being in those rooms, those conference rooms, and being able to at least hear these things that are going on is important.
Absolutely.
Okay, can I have one more?
Sure.
One thing is that as far as us being entrepreneurs, we should not be the exception. We should be the standard.
Yeah.
We should be able to give opportunities to other entrepreneurs so they can get the platform to be successful. Not just only the top 1% that's exceptional in their class. We should be able to have that so people can have that platform so they can be educated, they can be engaged, they can do all those different avenues so they can be well-rounded in all different categories from that standpoint.
Absolutely. It's been a great conversation, you all. And as we close, want to hear your last thoughts, closing thoughts on this question. What's next? What's next for you? What's next for your business? What's next in your life? Start with you, Nas.
Okay. All right, what's next? As y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can see. I got a fall collection coming up right now. I did so well in the summer last year that I'm about to take a break and I'm about to come with it this fall. So my new fall collection is on the way. Don't blink, fall gonna be here real soon. So y'all gotta come shop with Double R. And also, this is just the start. The brand is just a start. I'm building a family, I'm building a platform, and we about to have multi-talented people come out.
Absolutely.
So that's what's next. It's Double R.
Tell us your Instagram, Nas.
Yeah, my Instagram is Reckless Rockstar Brand on Instagram. So Reckless Rockstar Brand.
Reckless Rockstar Brand.
Reckless Rockstar Brand. That's the Instagram. I'll be under the video tag and everything, so y'all be able to find me for sure.
Absolutely. Corey.
What's next for me? Currently, right now, I'm doing an internship with Related Midwest. They're doing commercial real estate.
Congratulations.
Brand that's doing the Chicago Fire Stadium, the South Loop, Quantum Computing Park in South Chicago, and then the 400 Lakeshore Drive and DuSable Lakeshore Park. I'm part of that company. For me, my next move is to invest in real estate.
Wow.
My brothers, my dad, and I, we're triplets, and my dad's retired state police. Going to start a real estate investing company, invest in multifamily real estate.
Wow.
Throughout the next couple of years. So we're going to get that going. And anyone who's watching on June 24th, I'm doing my next Founders Forum series at Bethel New Life on the west side of Chicago, having different young entrepreneurs on our panel, sharing this information to the youth. So anyone, any organization that wants to come out, bring the youth, we engage in them, continue to change the way we think, we live, and how we spread the community.
Absolutely. Tell us your Instagram if you don't mind, Corey.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Corey Phillips 3. That's my main, Corey Phillips 3. Or you can follow us on Social Storm at Social Storm Network on Instagram and Social Storm Network if you want to follow us for more.
Absolutely. Jahkil.
So I actually dropped my third book on the day I graduated.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's called Built Different, and it's just about mental health, giving other young people the chance to, learn that, like I said, mental health is just as important as your goals, and that's something that gets surpassed a lot of times. So it's about, my journey through high school, pretty much, and me understanding that, I understand that I'm carrying a lot while trying to chase these dreams, and giving other young people the chance to get, steps and understanding to achieving their dreams as well. Also, I am now expanding Project I Am globally. to Spain, France, and Canada so far.
Congrats.
Actually being able to branch the organization out. Since I'm going to school, I'm not going to have as much time as I usually do. So having other young people run a project I am where they are is going to be important. And that's a way that we're going to be able to do a lot more blessing bags. And hopefully I'm almost at $1 million. I've raised almost $1 million for the organization. So hopefully I can get to $1 million in the next couple of years. And also be able to impact even more youth in the city of Chicago.
Absolutely. And where can we find you if we want to follow you?
My Instagram is Jahkil Jackson, Jahkil Jackson.
Absolutely. Thank you. Again, Corey, Nas, Jahkil, it was great conversing, talking with you all, learning more about your business, learning more about the impact that you all as young black men have on our city. Again, appreciate all of you for the work that you're doing. Continue to keep it up. And again, congratulations on all of your achievements. You've been listening to Momentum with Markel Tolliver. Again, thank you all for joining us. Subscribe and like all of our videos. Until next time, keep speaking your truth. Peace, peace.